Hi everyone, my name's Ruth. I'm the owner of Three Bears Cookery Club, and welcome to our bake along. I know some of you are waiting for our live this morning, but for some reason we weren't unable to go live. A few technical issues which will be trying to sort it out. So instead of obviously it's been live, we just decided to jump on, record it, and then record the session, and then obviously you'll be able to rewatch it on YouTube. So really sorry about that. But thank you for your messages and for trying to tune in and watch us. Obviously, really appreciate that, and hopefully we can sort it out for Monday. Okay, so my name's Ruth, and this is Anna, and this is Rosie. So you've joined with us before, and if you're new, welcome to our Three Bears Bake Along. So obviously we run these on a Friday and a Monday morning at 10:30. So obviously if we can't go live in the future, then I'll just make sure that we obviously they're there for you to watch. Hopefully we can. We make different bakes each week, and if you go onto our Facebook page, you'll be able to find the ingredients, or if you sign up to our email list, then send those out to you ahead of time. We also run interactive cookery clubs during the week, and we can run a virtual party for you if your children are missing their friends. We can set up a virtual party so they can have a little bake together. We're also running our Easter baking bake-off competition, which is very exciting. So the entries are during on Monday onto our Facebook page or Instagram. And so what you need to do is you need to get really creative with your Easter bakes. It's an Easter theme, make anything you like. It just needs to be really creative. The winner will win a virtual party and a Star Baker certificate. And there'll be two runners up, and they'll win a chance to come along to one of our interactive cookery clubs on a Wednesday. So please do enter. All the details are over on our Facebook page and our Instagram. So go over and check them out. Right then, so enough of that, let's get started. So today we are making chocolate orange muffins. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, so first of all, what I'd like you to do is we need to wash our hands, we need to get aprons on, we need to make sure we've got all of our things ready. Okay, so first of all, we're going to get our bowls. So if you wash your hands, girls. So we're going to get our bowls, okay, and our spoons. So we're making muffins today, so we need to use our spoon and we need our bowl. And first of all, we're going to weigh out 100 grams of butter, okay? Yeah, so girls, if you can weigh out 100 grams of butter. Okay, so 100 grams. So let them do that. Then once we've got our butter in our bowl, we're also going to weigh out 100 grams of caster sugar. Now what we want to do is we want to use at the back of our spoon, and we're going to cream the butter and the sugar together. We want to make it really nice and soft and fluffy. Okay, so you want a nice pale colour, it to look really creamy. So right, those two have weighed out there, so I'm just going to weigh out mine. Right, we just sort Anna out. Right then, so I'm just gonna do. I'm just gonna do mine quickly. So if you can always start squashing your butter whilst you're waiting, because it's really good, especially if you're using a block sort of form of butter, because it just tends to be a bit harder, and so it's good to give it a bit of a squish to start with, just to make it soft, so it's easy when you're adding the sugar in to mix it together. Right then, so we've got 100 grams of sugar, so you just need to, you've got too much. So you need 100 grams of sugar. That's it, there we go. So we've got our 100 grams of sugar. So once you've done that, so like I say, we're going to give a really big squash. And we're going to make it so, yeah, keep going. Just so we're going to keep going because we don't want to see any sugar grains, okay? We want it to be really nice and soft and fluffy. We don't want to see any sugar round about the bowl, okay? So, like I say, if you're using a block butter, I would definitely get out the fridge a little bit before, or just give it a good mix, you know, good squash with a spoon before you add the sugar, just to make it really nice and soft. So don't worry. Oh, I had a bit that flew off then. So you really want it really nice and soft and fluffy. You can see mine. It's pale, it's creamy, and it's fluffy, and there's no sugar around the bowl. Okay, so we just get honest. So once we've done our butter and our sugar and we've creamed it and it's really nice and soft and fluffy, you need to add 1 egg to it. Okay, so you can look on here if you need to. So we're going to add 1 egg and we're going to mix that in. Okay, again, give it a really good mix. And it does look a bit, I would think it's a bit, when you're especially doing it by hand, it goes a bit like scrambled egg. But you keep mixing it and you will get a really nice, soft and fluffy, ribbony texture to it. So you just have to persevere. So if you're using a handheld mixer, then obviously that you're going to obviously get it done a lot quicker. There's something quite nice about doing it by hand, which you do quite enjoy. Good arm workout, get those muscles moving. So we're going to just keep mixing that. Yeah. Oh, wonderful. So we're going to keep mixing that. So you get like a ribbon effect. All the lumps have gone. Okay. So then we're going to add our orange. Now, so you can either grate a zest of 1 small orange, or you can use orange extract. So we're using, because we had 1 orange between us, so we're going to share some orange, and we're also going to use some orange extract. So we've got some roses just shown here. We've got some orange blossom water. So we're going to put a teaspoon of that in, and some grated orange zest, which I did earlier, with a blue Peter thing here. Okay, so put your orange zest in, and your blossom water, the orange extract, or if you're just using, if you have got 1 whole orange, then obviously you don't need to put any extract in at all. Okay, so you're going to give that a really good mix. Thank you. And then orange in. Right then, so we've done our orange and we've done our orange extract. You've got the lid for that, Rosie. So we're going to give that a really good mix in, and you'll be able to smell the orange, and it will just smell absolutely lovely, really nice and fresh. Anna's Anna's enjoying it. So obviously, because we're making chocolate orange muffins, we want to add our chocolate in. So we're going to add cocoa powder. So we want 2 heat tablespoons of cocoa powder, just to make it really chocolatey. So I'm just going to help. Amazing. So add your cocoa powder in. So 2 tablespoons in. So just to recap that we have added, so in our chocolate orange muffins, we've added 100 grams of butter, 100 grams of sugar and caster sugar, 1 egg. We've done, we've grated a small orange. We've used the zest for that. You could also squeeze some juice in it as well. So, and obviously just watch out for pips, but to make it, give it a bit of a extra orangey flavour. We've added some orange blossom water. And now we're just adding 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder to make it really chocolatey. Okay, so Anna's just doing hers now. Okay, I don't know why I bother making a recipe because they just do their own thing anyway. Right, I'm going to add 2 because that's how I did the recipe. So good 2 spoons. Wow, really chocolatey. So we're going to add our cocoa powder. Okay, so really carefully, once you've got your cocoa powder in, just really carefully give it a really good mix, okay? Just being careful, I've managed to get mine everywhere. So give it a really good mix. And we're going to make it so all the cocoa powder's mixed in. And we've got a nice smooth mixture, okay, that's really chocolatey. So before we do anything else, we're going to make sure all our cocoa powder is mixed in. Okay, so we've added our cocoa powder. We've got a really chocolatey mixture. So into that we're going to add our flour. So we need self-raising flour. We need 125 grams of self-raising flour. Again, if you can't get self-raising flour because it is a bit like gold dust at the moment, then use plain flour. Just make sure you add a teaspoon of baking powder as well, just so you get that raising agent in there. Because obviously, like I said before, self-raising flour is just a mixture of salt and baking powder distributed through it. So essentially, if you're using plain flour, all you need to do is just adding the baking powder. Okay, so we're going to go up to 125. Do you know where you're going there, Rosie? Shall I show you and then you can... Just go to the number, just go to number 4. Right then, so add your flour in and then again carefully mixing your flour. Just making a smooth mixture. You'll probably need to add a bit of milk. Like I always say, just go in with a splash to start with, and then add in more if you need it. The mixture needs to, once you've got it all covered, the mixture needs to just fall off your spoon. Okay. Right then. So we're gonna just break ours out. So going up to the number 4, can you see? Need to make, if you make a spout in the, so we're just going to weigh the flour out and then we'll be done. Can you get me another measure up, please? Okay, so just waiting for Anna to do hers. You want to go up to number 4, Anna, where it says 55 of flour and number 4. Thank you. Right then, I'm going to do mine. So I'm just gonna have to top mine up with plain. So obviously we're gonna add a bit of baking powder in ours, Anna. That's all right. Right, so pop your flour in. Obviously, if you're using plain, you need to add in your you need to add in some bake. I don't need a lot. Now add in Anna. So just really gently mix in your flour, okay? And then Rosie, can I just borrow the milk, please? And then I'm just going to add a bit of milk because it does help just to mix it. Just do it really gently because you do have it can go everywhere if you add mix it too quickly and we get a bit carried away. So we're going to stir it really nice and carefully. Okay, so it all looks a bit white, but we're going to get back that nice chocolatey mixture in a minute. So I'm going to add a bit more milk. I'm going to give a little bit more milk. Okay, so I give that a really good mix. And get that really nice and smooth. Okay. Okay, we're nearly there. I'm just making sure that all the butter and all the white bits are, everything's mixed in. So our mixture needs to, once we've added our milk in, it needs to just fall off the spoon. So again, see that's got a little bit stiff, so I'm just going to add just a drop more so you can tell when it comes off the spoon as to whether you need to add a bit more milk. Okay. No, we need a bit more. I'll get this to you in a minute. And you have got your mixture really nice and soft, and it's just falling off the spoon. You can then start dividing it into your cupcake cases as well. So we haven't thank you. So the other thing that you need to add, which I'd nearly forgotten, the reason why I'd forgotten is because we've run out, is the chocolate chips. So if you want to add chocolate chips at this stage, you can do. So if you wanted to add chocolate chips at this stage, you can do. The girls are desperate to add these chocolate beans in, so I'm just letting them add those into their mixture. So just do half each, I'll get it in for you. And then once you mix your chocolate chips in, what I'd like you to do is and then you want to spoon it out into your muffin tins, okay? So choose your muffin cases and then spoon it out. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Okay, so we're going to spoon our muffin cases in. If you've got another spoon there, Rosie, please. That's fine. Can you get me another one then? So we're going to spoon our muffin cases, spoon our mixture into our muffin cases. Okay, so what I find is I get some on my big spoon, and then just ever so carefully, just use my metal spoon to just pour to get it into the case. Okay, so you only need a spoon. Don't overfill them because they don't really rise very well if you overfill the cases. So just obviously just put a spoon in. If you have extra leftover, it means you can make some more muffins, which is not a bad thing, is it, in this world? So once we've distributed our mixture, and if you, like I said, if you've got some left over, don't, there's always a danger that you'll just try and cram more in, but you know, just leave it, okay, and just, you know, make some extra ones. So we've done ours. So I've got one that's just a little bit full. So just a minute, darling. So once we're doing that, once you've distributed your mixture into your cupcake cases, what you need to do is then you need to pop them into the oven, so 190 degrees, for about 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, so your orange muffins, you'll know when they're done is because they'll rise up, they'll be springy to touch. So you won't be able to see the golden colour because it's chocolate, but you'll know because when you touch, just gently touch the top. And obviously, I've grown up to do this for you. Gently touch the top, and when they're springy, that's when they're done. Take them out. I always say leave them to cool in your tin just for a couple of minutes before you take them out, because they're warm and it's cake. The sponge does need, it's good just to give the sponge a little bit of time to settle. And to cool off a bit. Once you've cooled it off, you can then obviously once it's cooled off for a couple of minutes in your tin, you can pop it on the wire rack and leave to cool completely. So with your chocolate orange muffins, you can decorate them. So you could make some chocolate ice, flavoured icing, which is just like cocoa powder. You could do buttercream, so you could do butter, sugar, icing sugar, and cocoa powder, make like a chocolate icing. You could use cocoa powder, icing sugar, and a bit of water to make like a chocolate icing sugar paste. You could even melt some chocolate and and pour that over it. It's entirely up to you. You could add some orange flavouring to it. It's entirely up to you. What you want to do. Okay, you could also have them if you wanted them just as a plain sponge. You could warm them up, and then make some chocolate custard with them for later. So I think that's what we might be doing, judging by Rosie's face. Right then, well, thank you so much for listening to us today. I hope that your chocolate muffins are amazing. I'm sure they will be. And please remember, as always, please share your pictures of your bakes with us. So if you head over to our Facebook page, you can obviously I'll put a thread up, so therefore you can share pictures of your bakes. I absolutely adore seeing it. It's just absolutely lovely just to see everyone's creation. So please do share them with me. And also you can share it on Instagram as well. And we will be on Monday, on Easter Monday, making our Easter bake. So obviously please do join us then. Hopefully we'll be able to get live on YouTube. If not, then I'll pre-record it and I'll just make sure it's on for 10:30 so you can go on and see it. All right, well, thanks everyone very much for joining us, and we'll see you soon. Have a lovely Easter weekend. Bye.